Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. I've just heard that it's Lizzie's birthday today, and we're going to do a puzzle by her that is all about this year, 2025 turning into 2026. So we're going to have a go at an X sum and sandwich clue puzzle today, two of my favourite types. Lizzie does send us quite a lot of extremely hard puzzles to potentially feature, but that might be one of the reasons they don't get on the channel much. Anyway, she's a brilliant constructor. I'm looking forward to having a go at this. Don't forget, of course, that if you join us on Patreon, you can have a look at all sorts of brilliant Sudoku types in the Skunkworks puzzle hunt, which is called Duality 3, where clues do double duty, and it's brilliant. It's really clever. There is still time left to have a go at all 19 puzzles and get a solution in to potentially collaborate with Simon in making a video, if you get drawn. Now, there's also gridogram and connections. Oh, sad connections. And also, we've got some cryptic crosswords on Patreon as well, videos about that. So do have a look if you're interested in other puzzles as well as Sudoku. And of course we have all of our apps which do feature Sandwich Sudoku. That was our first ever one. And now we've gone up to Classic Sudoku 2, I think is our 13th full app. And there's also the Worms as well as those. So do check those out. All available on the links under the video, where you could also find a way to a website and the catalogue of all our puzzles and all sorts of things. Now, let's have a look at this grid. So we can see a 2, 6, and all the clues are kind of based on the years 2025 and 2026. It's a very clever setup. I'm looking forward to giving it a go. Let me explain the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply. So 1 to 9 will go in every row, column, and 3 by 3 box. Red clues, they're also circled in case you're colourblind, are sandwiches. So they indicate the sum of the digits between the 1 and the 9 in the corresponding row or column. So in this row, the digits that fall between the 1 and the 9, wherever they're positioned in whichever order, add up to 20. Blue clues, no circles, are X sums. They indicate the sum of the first X digits in the corresponding row or column, where X is the first digit in the first, where X is the digit in the first cell. So if this was a 5, these first 5 cells, because it's a 5, will add up to the number outside the grid, which is 20. So that is a summary of the rules. Do give it a try on that first link under the video. You can judge from the video length how hard I am about to find it. And I'm going to say, let's get cracking. So I like to colour Sandwich Sudokus green for non-crusts and red for crusts, where the crusts are the 1 and the 9. And I realise that in a sandwich it's actually full pieces of bread, not necessarily crusts, but you can understand the metaphor. However, it may even be simpler and quicker to look first, in this puzzle at least, at the X's, the first digits. So in a row or column that says 6, we can't start with a 1 because that would only add 1 digit, which was a 1. So we must have at least a 2 or maybe a 3, but 3 is the maximum. If you put a 4 in here, you'd be adding 4 different digits, which would have to add to at least 10. So we get a 2 or a 3 at the beginning of a blue 6 row. Now, what about 26? How many digits? If we started with a 4 and the next 3 were 9, 8, 7, that would be 28. So that's okay. We could start with a 4. I reckon we could start with a 5. If we started with a 7, that would be too many because 7 different digits have to add to at least 28. So I think the digits that begin a 26 row or column are 4, 5, or 6. And the ones that begin a 20 column, 3 will work. 3, 9, and 8 equals 20. 4 will obviously work. I think 5 will work. 6 won't, because the first 6 digits add up to 21, so that's the minimum sum. So these are 3s, 4s, or 5s. And that hasn't really given me anything. Like, there are 4 digits here from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm now going to say this can't be a 3. Because if it was, that would be a 2. And to make this x sum work, that digit would be a 4. But that would interfere with 3 here, which would need 9 and 8 in these cells. So I'm eliminating 3 as a possibility there. If 3 was correct here, these would be 9, 8. And again, that would be 2. Now that's going to fail for a slightly different reason, but it's useful. If this was 3, 9, 8, that would be 2. We'd have to have a 4 here, just as we said before. Now that would be 5 and that would be 6. And that would be saying that these 6 cells add up to 26. But we would know that these 3 would add up to 20. And that would make the whole column add up to 46. And I think you know that's wrong, because there's a secret that Simon and I sometimes share with our closest friends, which is that every row, column and box in a Sudoku adds up to 45, very specifically, not 46. So for that reason, I'm going to eliminate 3 here. And now I've got myself a 4, 5, 6 triple. Now, actually, what I'm going to observe about this column next is that there has to be an overlap in it. We've got a 20 count from the bottom and a 26 count from the top. We know the digits in it add up to 45. So we must be counting one cell twice, and that cell has to be a 1. And according to these top cells, that has to be either in position 4 or 6, whether we're counting 4 or 6, it's the last cell that will be the overlap. So one of those is a 1, but from the bottom, this digit can't be a 6. So the 1 overlap can't be there. This must be the overlap cell. So actually the way I shall represent that now is by saying that we're adding the purple or the pink from below to get to 20 and the yellow from above to get to 26. That counts the 1 twice, and we therefore have a total of 45. Now that means this digit is a 6 because there are 6 yellow cells. This digit is a 4. This digit in the middle now has to be a 5. And that's counting these 5 cells to add to 26 here. This can't be a 4 anymore, so we're adding either 5 or 6 cells there. This one hasn't been determined, nor has this, but we've got 5 in the pink, and these two have to add to 15. They can't be 6, 9, they must be 8, 7. And the remaining cells we have to put in yellow are 2, 3, and 9 in some order. If that was a 3, this is a 1, 2 pair, and that's a 9. If it's a 2, that's a 4, that's a 5, 5, 9, no, I don't know. That looks doable. So, this now can't begin with a 3 because we've used the 1 in the row. If it began with a 3, you'd need to have a 2 and a 1 there to add up to 6. So this begins with a 2 and a 4, and that clue is done. I could give them a little colour, couldn't I? Oh, but I was going to use green and red, wasn't I, for the sandwiches, which I haven't got onto at all yet. Now, given that each row and column adds up to 45, and the crusts in a column or row are a 1 and a 9 that add up to 10, the maximum sandwich is 35. And any digits in a column that says, for instance, 26, any digits that are not in the sandwich of 26 and the crust of 10, 36, so there must be 9 left in a 45 strong column. They will be outies. They'll be outside the sandwich. Now it can't be a single 9 because 9 must be a crust. So either 2 or 3 cells are outies. Now in this row, that 5 is one of the outies. And there's either a 4 as an outie, which would have to be over this side because of that 4 in the grid, or there's a 3 and a 1. The 3 would have to be, oh no, they could both be over this side. Okay, that's not actually sorting anything. Oh, I could colour this red as a crust. No, it's not in a row or column that I'm going to be sandwiching, so I'm not really interested. Okay, in this column maybe, the outies are going to add to 10, which is 35 minus 25, and they include that 2. Okay, I don't know what to do with that. Zero row, that means 1 and 9 are next to each other, but I've been much more successful with the X sums than I'm being with the sandwiches. Okay, in this 26 row, the minimum sum of the sum of 26 has to be made up of a minimum of how many cells? 8 plus 7 plus 6 is 21 plus 5. So at least 4 cells are in the sandwich in this row. And that can't be a crust, so that's the closest, that's the furthest points at which the crust can be. Any group of 4 cells in the middle is going to include those 2, so they're definitely in the sandwich. And in fact, any row or column with a sandwich clue greater than 21, which is the sum of 3 digits, 8, 7, and 6, must have the central cell be green, be not a crust. Because if you made a crust in the central cell, the furthest away you could have the crust would allow a 3-cell sandwich. So that's green. And now in this row, there is a crust in one of those cells. And then there's a sandwich of at least, the sandwich can't be exactly 4 cells, because those digits would be 8, 7, 6, and 5, and we've used 5. So now I know the sandwich is at least 5 cells. So it must include that cell. And now the crust has to be there has to be a second crust in one of those 2, and that can't be a 1, because we're in this box where a 1 has appeared. So that's going to be a 9. This digit can't be a 9, and we found 9 in the final row. Oh, I shouldn't have put it in the middle of the box. I should have put it in a corner. Now the crust over this side is going to be a 1. And now 9 is in the X sum that adds up to 26 in the blue cells. So I've used these. Let's get rid of those. 14, oh, that's blue. 14 and 3 other digits adding to 12 that don't include a 1. Well, they could be 2, 4, and 6. If they weren't 2, 4, and 6, what else could they be? They don't include 1, 5, or 9, these other 3 digits. 2, 3, and 7. Oh, that would work. 5, 9, 2, 3, 7, 4, 1, 6, 8. But the outies had to add, the outies had to add to 9. And I said they could be 5, 3, 1. That's nonsense. They had to be 5 and 4. Oh, I should have got that straight away. They can't be 5, 3, 1 because 1 is a crust, not a potential outie. So if there's a 4 as an outie, it's in one of those cells. Sudoku tells us it's here. So that is not red. This is red and is 9. And now we're flying, actually. This adds up to 18. These 2 have to add to 8 to make the X sum work. They can't use a 5 or a 1. They must be a 2, 6 pair. And that's done. I'm getting rid of blue. Actually, I shouldn't have coloured orange either. So lots of X sum clues done now. Now, those were the outies. So the 1 is at the furthest point here. That is the crust. These digits are 3, 7, and 8 in some order. That crust is very significant in this column. We said the maximum 3-cell sum for a sandwich was 21, 8, 7, 6. We have to take 1 off that to get to 20, so it's 8, 7, 5. That can't go on this side, which has got a 2, so it goes on this side, and there's the other crust. That's a 9, and then in this row, we've got a 0 sandwich sum, so the 1 must go right next to it. Now all these cells are green. Those are green. Now we've got a 25 sandwich here. That's at least 4 cells. The 4 is not a crust. The outies add up to 35 minus 25 is 10, so that's not a single cell. That's 2 cells. Here's the other crust. It's a 9. Now, in this row, oh look, we've got the 9 now, so I can read that. We've got to have a sandwich of 20. That's at least 3 cells. So we've found the crust very easily. It's there. 6 plus those 3 is 20. So they add up to 14. 20 plus 10 is 30. These add up to 15. Okay, I don't know how that's going to work yet. Oh, and in this column, the outies added up to 10. Oh, just look at this. There's a 3, 4, 6 triple down here. Hadn't seen that. And the outies that add up to 10 here now don't have 3, 4, 6 or 9 in. So they're a 2, 8 pair, I think. 2, 8, 9, 4, 1. These are from 3, 5, 6, 7. Up here we can't have a 6. Now, I've almost got to the point where I've used a vast amount of the clues. This 6 is not done. Ah, look, that 4 is saying 5 there. So it's these 5 cells that add to 20. Oh, and that 6 is saying another 5. So these 5 add to 26. These 5 add to 20. And there aren't... Oh, there's this sandwich still to do. We've got to get to... Oh, there's a sandwich here for 26. Well, that's got to be all 4 cells that are 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh, I wish I'd seen that earlier. Right, that digit is a 9. That's a 1. In this column, we need at least 4 cells to get to 25. And then this can't be a 9. We need outies that add up to 10, so that's an outie and must be an 8. And this is the last crust and is a 9. And I think, well, we've certainly done that. In this column, 26 plus the 10 is 36. These 3 add up to 9, and they don't include 1. So they're 2, 3, 4. And I mean, that's really going to inform what these can be. There can't be a 3 in those. Oh, okay. I mean, I thought these would get resolved. They don't quite. Now these 3, what did we say the outies in this row were? 15. This can't be a 7, 8 pair because that would already be 15 in its own right. So one of those is a 5. I'm going to take 5 out of these cells. If 5 goes with 8 there, then we get a 2 here. If 5 goes with 7 there, we get a 3 here. And that's one of the last variables to decide in the sandwiches. In fact, it may be the last one. This is either 573 or 582. So 4 has to go somewhere in the rest of the row. Anyway, this 20 sum, I don't know. I'm going to try and do some general Sudoku before approaching this 20 and this 26, which are my last sort of other 2 clues. So 8 is looking at a 2, 8 pair here. This is now a 5, 7 pair to complete the box. That can't be 7. And it can't be 3 because of the 2, 3, 4 triple. So this is 8. That's not. This is a 6. 6 has to be in one of these cells. I want to get one of these. Oh, this can't go 2, 4 now because of that 4. So it must start with a 3 and then a 2, 1 pair. Okay, that is useful. And it was a sandwich clue I'd forgotten about. 3 and 2 are there. This digit must be 4. These are 4, 7, 8 in some order. And although I don't know the order, I don't have a 3 in this row yet. So I'm going to whack that in there. Oh, this had to be a 4 because that can't be. Now we're forming some kind of plot here. If this digit was a 6, then we're up to 15 plus at least 7. We've gone bust on 22. So that's not a 6. This must be where 6 goes. Let's try this again. 9, and the minimum here is another 8, making that a 3. Well, if 3 is the... Oh, that's... Yeah, that 3 is the maximum. That must be what it is. 3, 1, 7. 12, 13, 16, 20. That's right. Okay. That's going to sort out box 1, I think. That's going to leave me... Oh, that's a naked single 5. It can see all the other digits in its row and column. That's a 4-7 pair. Now I've just got this left to do. None of the rest is going to affect anything because I've dealt with that. Right, 11. These have to add up to 15. Okay, I'm not in shape to look at that yet. I need more clues. 3, 5, 9 here. That has to be 3. That's 5. That's 9. Right, now we've got something. 15, 20. These two add up to 6 without using a 5. They're a 4-2 pair. And now we've got the information to complete our 2026 puzzle. And it's worked perfectly, hasn't it? That is not 5 or 6. That's a 3-7 pair. This must be 5 now. Looking down here, but I'm not getting any clues. That's a 7. That's 3. That's 7. Here I've got 4 and 8. I can do those. This completes the column with a 6. This is a 1-3-7 triple. This is a 2-6-9 triple. This is where we managed to do some things in rows 7, 8, 9. Because of the 9-6 pair, this is naked, 2. That's 6, that's 9. These are 1, 3, 5. That digit must be 3. Hopefully we've got enough information. 7 there. Doing the bottom row, we get a 6. 2, 4 solved here. 3, 4 solved. 1, 3. 5, 1. 7, 5. Let's get rid of the colouring now because we've done the puzzle basically. And 8, 7 here. And that's it. That is very much at the easy end of Lizzie's spectrum. Loads of people have done that because it's a good puzzle. But I hope you've done it now as well because that's fun. I mean, that's just Lizzie having fun with Sudoku and it makes it fun to solve and I enjoyed that a lot. Not too complicated, just good quality. So thank you very much. Happy birthday, Lizzie. I hope you have a really good day. And thank you very much for watching as always on the channel. Pleasure to have your company. We'll be back tomorrow. There's also a Sudoku crossword masterclass tomorrow morning, so join us for that. And indeed, my monthly club special crossword will be going up on Patreon tomorrow too. So have a look at that if you're on Patreon. We'll see you around. Thanks for watching and bye for now.